Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses, the Ashen Blue Lion Wolves. In the last part, we did a paralogue and reclaimed another part of the kingdom from the evil Empire. We had to deal with Professor Hanuman and then Hubert. We would have had to deal with Manuela if I hadn't recruited her for her super ultra mega important role of being a warp staff. Anyway, in this part, we will be finally getting around to rescuing Claude, who is in a lot of trouble, probably. I don't know.
Having allowed the Imperial Army to invade, the Alliance Army makes their last stand at the center of House Regan territory in Derdriu. The Kingdom Army rushes to their aid after amassing more troops.
Yeah, and I know I already brought up how stupid it is that they complain about having to go back and forth because their center of base or center of operations is in the exact center of Fodland, and they always go back to it in between missions, but it's stupid.
The citizens of Derdriu have all been evacuated and are now at sea. Are you sure about this? If Derdriu were to fall, those ships don't have enough resources for...
Derdriu won't fall. Have some faith in me, will you?
Oh, yes, sir.
Our line of defense has been broken. The Imperial Army will be here any moment.
Understood. You two join up with the troops in the city.
Yes, sir.
Judith, are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's been years since I last battled in the city streets.
Don't go messing up because your vision is weakened with age. Take the defensive for now.
Yeah, I get it. You hang in there too, boy. Your wounds from Gronderfield haven't fully healed yet, have they?
No, but it's not like I can sit this one out. I have to make my daring escape after all. Yeah, for the last time, stop calling me boy. That's an official order from the leader of the Alliance.
Understood, Leader Man. I wonder if our little ray of hope will show up. We fought on opposite sides at Gronder, didn't we?
They'll come. You can count on it. If anyone can bring him back, it's Teach. Teach will talk and he'll listen. But more than anything, I've seen their skill and their abilities. I believe in them.
Claude, reinforcements are coming from the west. Their banner is that of the kingdom.
What did I tell you? They're here, and just in time.
It appears the Imperial Army has already marched into Derdriu and engaged the Alliance. It seems the Imperial advance has been stalled by guerrilla skirmishes. The Alliance forces are holding out, but they won't last much longer.
That must be Judith of House Daphne, who joined up with Claude's troops. To think Judith, a true hero, would find herself backed into a corner like this.
It is not so. The Alliance has only drawn the enemy so deeply into the city to allow us to attack them from behind. Brilliant.
They're planning a pincer attack?
I believe so. He put his soldiers into position purely on the belief that we'd come. I can't believe Claude would risk everything on that belief. He has placed all of his hopes on us. Let's make sure we live up to his expectations, Professor.
Understood.
Let's move.
Oh, yeah, but, yeah, they made a big deal about, we were invading the Empire, but now we're turning around and going back into the kingdom, but you always go back to Garrickmach Monastery in between missions, so being able to redeploy to another area should not be an issue. Or at least not worth complaining about. Eesh. But yeah, that's why they should have had a war camp. One thing I think I kept forgetting to bring up about the last main story mission, where we were liberating the kingdom capital, is that Dimitri still sounded like he was really crazy during those bits. And I do believe that's leftover evidence of Dimitri being, or of the route split that used to be in the Azure Moon route. Anyway, yeah. Here is this map. Look at all those enemies. And on the Alliance side, they have Hilda, a sniper, and Claude. Anyway, there is Lord Ariandel leading the charge. And there's some enemies over here. I guess we could go back and take them out. Looks like they've got some stuff. Ooh, a magic bow. And then the Axe of Zoltan. Might be handy to pick that up. Looks like it's effective against heavy armor, just like the Axe of Urkensvnimne. So that can be handy to have. Anyway, I'll get the rest of my preps taken care of. I'll see you guys in a bit.
The leader of the Alliance has managed to escape to the harbor, has he? Those rats resist in vain.
Your Excellency, there's an army closing in on us from outside. The banners are those of House Blathid.
Blathid? I see. That idiot failed, it seems. Hurry up and kill the leader of the Alliance. With him gone, Derdriu will fall.
I will not let Claude die. Let's hurry to his rescue.
Hey, you're late. Hurry up and help.
Well, I'm sorry, Claude. We had important things to do, and it's a pretty long walk from Garrick Mach Monastery. Oh, yeah, and it looks like,
I'm starting to get it.
Yay! She's got rally movement now. Probably not as useful of a rally. I found that when it comes to rallying, it's most handy when when you're using one unit to draw other enemies. So you give them a boost to their stats so they can fight better. So yeah, rally movement probably not as useful as I think it could be, but it can't hurt to have it. Anyway, let's go ahead and punch this mortal savant down.
I'll cut a path for His Highness.
Yeah, Mortal Savant. It's pretty big of a letdown of a class, if I'm being perfectly honest. Let's see, I don't like that she has a 77 hit rate. That's kind of shaky.
Taking life doesn't faze me.
It's very strange. Normally they have better, but whatever. Oh, right, one thing I kept forgetting to completely forgetting to bring up. It was a thought I never finished in an earlier part, but I forget which part. Anyway, when you get
What's my strategy?
or when you attack another enemy that's in range of an allied unit, you normally get bonuses to your hit to your various stats, like your hit rate and void and all that stuff. But that only applies if the units support each other. So, so for example, since Mercedes does not have a support conversation with Balthus, if I don't finish this enemy with Mercedes and then attack him with Balthus, Mercedes being in his attack range would not affect Balthus's hit rate. Oh, look, there's Judith. Yeah, they hype the shit out of her, and she's just horrible. She's in the Lord class, which is an intermediate one. Let's see. Hit rate is better.
Look, the Imperial Army Supply Corps. Attacking now would be a fine plan.
I don't know why you'd want to attack them, but why not?
Only I shall know how you died here.
Alright.
I'm in.
I don't know what taking them out does, but
Is that wise?
it'll be nice to get my hands on that Aurora shield the Pegasus Knight has.
A hard life sharpens the senses.
Since I do believe that nullifies the effectiveness of bows against the equipped unit.
Fortune is kind.
Well, for this playthrough, I didn't think
Soon
to,
the stray arrow finished it.
I didn't think to give it to, Ingrid. Oh, yeah, nullifies effective damage against flyers. Anyway, I didn't think to give it to Ingrid because I thought, oh, she's already got the March Ring equipped, so I don't need her to have another thing in her inventory since you can only equip one item at a time. But I never thought to consider that you could just have it in her inventory, move her somewhere, and then switch to the shield. She'd get the benefit of the full movement, and then switch to being immune to, or not immune to, but shaking off the effectiveness of arrows. Ugh.
Claude's nuts. Asked asking me to protect the bridge. That's so much responsibility. But the guy's so helpless, I feel sorry for him. So, I'll do what I can to protect him.
Yeah, and
Guess I have no chance! Never let your guard down.
yeah, Hilda is going to be able to handle herself for a bit, but she's also a little frail. So I'd make sure you have your any healers you have with a ranged ability ready to save her ass.
That's enough! Can't afford to slack off.
Although she's doing a very good job.
You're making me work. Don't get used to this.
She's also one of the funniest characters, of course. She'll insist that she's not good on the front lines, and yet look at her. She's going ham and one-shotting these fools. Granted, those are lucky crits, but a lucky crit is a lucky crit. Oh boy, they're charging. They are charging! Some haste required.
The subjugation of Derdriu is complete. We will be joining the main army now.
They're showing up one after another. Nothing for it but to blockade the gate leading to the town. I don't want the enemy's numbers to increase anymore.
It's no good. We're surrounded. But I need to hurry up and rescue the boy. To get to the harbor, first we have to get rid of the enemy mercenaries. There's no other way.
Oh, yeah, and this is Judith, by the way. She is the person lady who fills Lord Rodrigue's role if you play on the Golden Deer route.
Nice.
Or, I believe he's also the one who, or she's the one who, fills the same role for the, Silver Snow, which is Beagles, if you don't side with Edelgard. Why do I say that every time? You already know that. Anyway. Yeah, and like Rodrigue, she is never playable. Unlike Rodrigue, she is in an intermediate class instead of a master class. I don't know if they give her... I don't know if they give her a unique version of a master class. That is technically, or a unique version of the Lord class that is technically a,
Let's keep our guard up.
technically a higher rank like they do with the enemy Pegasus Knights. But either way, she is quite helpless, so you gotta save her quick. I think you get a game over if she dies. Let's get our flyers in position to help save,
Imagine being defeated by me.
Thank you. That was a big help. I'll go and cover our leader.
Yeah, so I'll get our flyers ready to go up and assist Hilda, because she is going to be taking a lot of heat. In the meantime, I'll have the rest of our forces split off and head for the boss. Or, Lord Arundel. And, yeah, this map, if you compare Lord Arundel's stats on this map to the stats of Thales, Talus, or however you pronounce that guy's name in the other routes, you'll find that you should find that they are quite similar, and that's the only evidence that I can really think of that they are one and the same. Well, that, and there was that one cutscene near the beginning of the game where the Flame Emperor was talking to Lord Arundel. So that would hint at their connection too. Let's see. Well, my gambits have a low hit rate. They're probably not a good idea to even try. It would be handy if that hit, but then she'd also be in range of those snippers, and that is not good. So let's just take this guy out.
My joke of a life drags on.
Oh, snap. That might have been a bad call. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay.
There's no stopping me.
So how to handle this? Yeah, I know it's hard mode and these enemies, or I probably really severely outlevel these enemies.
What's my strategy?
But Constance is a squishy mage. I doubt she would be able to handle all of that. Let's see.
I am prepared.
Maybe Dedu could have, although, I don't know. If it was maddening, that's a definite no.
Ready when you are.
So that would just make it all the more pressing, because then Hilda would be expected to survive all that. Sometimes map design is very cruel. It's not as bad as Fire Emblem 7, though. A Night of Farewell... Not a Night of Farewells. I forget the name of the chapter exactly, but it's the one where you have to protect... you have to protect a prince from a group of assassins, and you start outside. All the enemies start inside, and you have to get to the dude in the middle of the map and protect him from the slew of enemies. It's very...
At your service.
And then there are 2 other NPCs on the map, and whether or not they survive is purely luck-based. Because, you know, nothing screams strategy like having to rely on sheer dumb luck. Although sometimes luck is a factor. Case in point, the story bit, or the story excuse for this chapter, is that Claude was banking on... Claude was banking on Dimitri's group being able to retake the kingdom capital and meet up with him here. Oh no, they killed the Alliance Snipper. Whatever will we do? Hilda, what are you going to do?
Don't get used to this. Ooh, nice.
Wait, why did she use a combat art? She probably could have one-shotted that guy with a regular attack. Hilda, you are so very weird. So we're gonna have to watch out for Arendel's range. Although an odd thing with Arendelle is that, unlike, Arendelle is a Dark Knight, but if you have him, or when you face him as Thales or Talus, or however you pronounce that, he ends up being a, I believe a Warlock or a Dark Bishop instead. Yeah. And then you turn off enemy reinforcements by just standing on the space. So I don't know if I needed to keep Annette there, or if I could have just moved her away. But either way, we can do that. Okay. So the next thing we'll need to do is draw these guys out one bit at a time. You have to be extra careful because both of those knights are packing. What's the word I'm looking for? Gambits! That's the word I was looking for. I don't know why I can't English today.
I'm grateful.
Oh, yeah, speaking of maddening, I've pretty much lost all motivation to finish my Beagles run. It's a very strange phenomenon. I was having so much fun with it, and then the moment I got to part 3, that motivation just died. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I just didn't feel like... I just don't feel like playing anymore. Okay.
Imagine being defeated by me.
Alright. Let's see. Next, Gradivus! Oh, right. So, one thing that shows up in auxiliary battles is that, what's the word? An enemy, sometimes in auxiliary battles, if there is a red exclamation point, then there will be an enemy that drops a unique item on there. It'll usually be a rusted item, like rusted lance, rusted sword, whatever, and that can be forged into another item. Usually they can only be forged into a silver weapon, but some of them can be reforged into semi-legendary weapons from other games. So, right now I've got Ingrid wielding the Gradivus as a ranged weapon. So that is a spear that shows up in Shadow Dragon. I don't know if it's in the original Fire Emblem 1, but I do know it's in the remake Shadow Dragon, and it's a pretty good lance.
Clever. I can't believe they pushed through to here. Nothing is more foolish than dying in vain. Let's get to the harbor and finish off the leader of the Alliance.
Hey, you can try, but that's not gonna work out for you. Oh snap, he's moving! And he's moving farther away from me. They're making it more difficult. Silly mercenary, or hero. You can't hurt Derdriu.
Watch and learn.
And you can't hit Boyleth while he's equipped with a light magic spell, even if it is a heavy one like Aura. Oh wow, Request of Noah activated twice. I thought it only had a 20% activation rate.
A flawless plan.
I'd complain about her Oh, thank you. Anyway, I'd complain about her wasting her gambit like that, but since she's such a frail unit, I'm glad that she didn't engage in actual combat. Alright, well, let's wind this guy.
What's next?
You have been winded, good sir. And then we can dance for her and wind another one down, too. Let's see. Well, let's go ahead and see if Manuela can take one down. Her spell list is so horrible! Yeah, I think...
Everyone's equal in battle.
Yeah, she's really only good for her warp staffing, because Thunder plus Bolganone on its own, not a good spell list. Oh, wait, and then on that recent playthrough of Maddening, I did recruit Annette into the Beagles, and she has been doing pretty well as a Wyvern Rider.
I'll protect everyone.
One of the good benefits of being in the Wyvern Rider class is that, let's see, 33, 34, she survives! Okay, we'll just have to take out that snipper, so that way she doesn't get damaged. Anyway, one of the advantages of putting her into the Wyvern Rider class is that when she passes the exam, her base stats get increased to the base stats of the class. So even though she normally doesn't have a lot of strength, since she qualifies for Wyvern Rider, her strength stat got boosted to match the base of the Wyvern Rider class.
It is done. Onward.
And I do believe that is a big part of why 0% run is possible. The characters get to freely increase their stats, even though you're not technically training them. Let's see. And I can short axe this guy.
A threat eliminated.
And I do highly recommend always having a ranged option for your characters. In the early game, it's best to go with a bow, since the bows are strong and pretty accurate. But as you progress later, on hard mode at least, I found it's handy to. It's always handier to switch to the ranged version of whatever your character's preferred weapon type is.
Guess all the fighting paid off.
Yay, indeed.
Good work.
Which is why I have to do throwing a short axe around rather than snipping people with a bow. Anyway,
So sorry.
I'm not too sure if the same holds true for Maddening. On my Golden Deer playthrough, I didn't really give anyone a particularly special sword. Well, not a special sword, a particularly special weapon for attacking at range, with the exception being Boyleth's Sword of the Creator. Aw, yeah.
What's next?
Oh no, more enemies.
Nothing bites so hard as a cornered rat, eh?
Let's try something clever.
Oh, hey. It hit. Unfortunately, Arundel has whatever that ability is that reduces the amount of damage he takes from gambits, and he can't get stun locked by them. So, no cheesing Arundel. Alright, what are my options? Well...
Not quite ready to die.
No, don't worry, you won't. Wait, I can attack from here? I can attack from here. Does she have... Did I give her the caduceus? I think I did. And she only has one wind left. Might as well exhaust it here. Yeah, and then Wyvern Rider Annette, she's still got a lot of magic, so once I get my hands on a bolt axe, she'll be able to deal very good damage with that. And once I forge it, she'll have 1 to 3 range. Oh, you take him out in one go. Okay. Yeah, and part of the reason why I switched Dimitri to the War Monk class for, basically for the finale here, is that, I wanted Dimitri to have Fist Fair, so he'll deal more damage, and since I try to keep him equipped with punchers, regardless, let's see here. Yeah, since I usually try to keep him equipped with punchers, I figured it was a good idea to give him Fist Fair.
You would raise a weapon against your uncle. You've grown into a savage of a man, just like your father.
You are rather calm for one in your position. Or did you forget that this is a battlefield? Perhaps this is no time for words, Uncle. There will be time for that after we have settled things here.
But yeah, see, Dimitri doesn't sound crazy on this map, but he did on the last story mission. Very strange. Oh, right, Arundel. I believe he has Pavise and... Oh, wait, no, just Pavise. So he just has Pavise equipped, so it's very difficult to deal with. Why does he have Rally Dexterity? I don't even think I've seen an enemy use Rally. Granted, the enemy AI is often capable of figuring stuff out, so I wouldn't put it past them to figure out how to use, or to use a gambit. Or, not a gambit, but a rally skill like that.
I shall not stray.
Woo, good job. Alright, and then I don't think Constance can reach any of the enemies. Oh wait, I remember why Annette has magic range +1. I do believe she's got an S rank in Reason, so she's able to
Do our hopes end here?
Yeah, she's able to have magic range +1 because of the S rank.
A step forward.
Yay!
Uncle, I need to know. The incident 9 years ago. You were involved, weren't you? You know something. What did Cornelia... No. What did my stepmother do?
You are not qualified to look into the darkness. You and Edelgard. Do your best to kill each other. You are family after all. There it is. The light.
Yay! And we protected both Hilda and Judith, so we get bonuses. Ew, a bonus icon? That's not a bonus. At best, that's free money.
He's dead. There goes our chance to gain more information. And again, even if we had managed to capture him alive, judging by the way he was acting...
For now, let's rejoice in our victory. We can think about it later.
Teach is absolutely right. We should take this rare opportunity to let off some tension.
It's been a long time, Claude. I'm glad to see that you're safe.
Same. I haven't seen you since the nightmare that was Gronder. You really did come to help us. You must be a bunch of soft-hearted suckers, huh?
If you really felt that way, you would not have set up a defensive battle in the hopes that we would come. It worked out only because we made it in time. Were you really so confident that we would answer the call?
Of course. I knew you wouldn't hesitate to put yourself second and come running to our aid.
You know him well. How insightful.
You and I are cut from different cloth. I wouldn't make a move unless I could gain something from it. You've always been just the opposite. And of course, I've always been fond of taking dangerous risks. After all, I sent that express messenger before you had even recaptured the kingdom capital. If all went to plan, I knew you'd recapture it soon, and then respond to our request for aid. It was riskier than usual, I'll give you that, but it was the only card I had to play, so I took the gamble.
You crossed too many dangerous bridges for my liking.
I know. But that ends today.
What do you mean?
Here, take this. Use it however you see fit.
The legendary bow Failnaught. Isn't this the hero's relic of House Regan? Hold, Claude. This must be one of your jokes. You cannot truly intend to part with this.
It's not a joke. As of today, the Leicester Alliance is no more.
Just what are you planning, Claude?
If you're going to lead Fodlan, then the Alliance Lords will follow you. Back in the day, the Alliance split off from the Kingdom. I'm just putting us back together again. Oh, and I've already gained the support of the other Lords at the Roundtable Conference, so you can stop looking at me like I'm crazy. All that's left for me is to officially step down as the leader of the Alliance.
Now, what will you do now?
I'm leaving Fodlan. There are things I have to do, dreams I need to see to fruition. That's why I became the Alliance leader to begin with, actually. But it left me no time for what I was really after. You'd better not take on too many responsibilities yourselves, or else you'll end up in the same boat. And remember, both the living and the dead cling to us without any regard for our own lives. It's up to us to break free of that weight and follow the path that we believe in.
Claude.
Oops, I almost forgot the most important thing. If you're looking for Rhea, apparently she's being held captive in the Imperial capital. It doesn't sound like they intend to kill her, but there's no telling what they're planning.
You have my gratitude, Claude.
Gratitude? Thanks, but no thanks. As far as I'm concerned, we're even now. I don't know how many years will pass until then, but let's promise to meet again. And when we do, don't be too hard on me, your kingliness.
Woo! We got the Failnaught. It might be difficult to use since you can't get the exclusive combat art on this
Well,
script.
Dimitri, are you finally going to tell us the damn truth?
What are you talking about?
Didn't Lord Arundel say something about you and Edelgard being family?
To claim that the king and the emperor are related. Could it be?
Ah, I suppose I never told you, though I do recall mentioning it briefly to the professor. Lord Arundel spoke the truth. My stepmother was Edelgard's birth mother. Political turmoil drove my stepmother out of the Empire. Father fell in love with her at first sight, and they married. I lost my birth mother before I was old enough to remember her. My stepmother filled that role for me, but she lost her life in Dusker 9 years ago, along with Father.
Hang on. I didn't even know she was your stepmother. Did my father know about this?
Yes, all those who were close to my father knew, including Rodrigue. But to speak openly about it would have caused a scandal. And so she was our secret. No one in the general public knew about her. Naturally, the fact that Edelgard and I are step-siblings was kept a secret as well.
I'm finally beginning to understand what you went through 5 years ago. I mean, Edelgard is the only family you have left, isn't she? To find out someone so precious to you is actually your most hated enemy. How heartbreaking.
But wait! You two were born and raised in 2 different territories, right? So you probably never met until you were both at the academy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the idea of fighting family is just about the worst thing ever. But hopefully the fact that she's a stepsister who you never really knew helps with the pain? I don't know. It was just a thought.
I am afraid that's not the case. Though it was only for a short time, Edelgard once called Ferdiad home. It was a long time ago, but she was a cherished friend of mine.
Wait! I remember now! She was that girl, wasn't she? The one you gave a dagger to! So, your little girlfriend was Edelgard.
Sylvain, if you have any more foolish things to say, please hold them for later.
I do have a few more in my sleeve, but they can wait. Go on, Your Highness. This is important for us to hear.
She may be a hated enemy now, but the Emperor is your old friend and your stepsister. Can you bring yourself to kill her?
I will kill her, if I must. But if there is any chance that the world she seeks to create could be a just one, then I would love to see a future in which I may reach out my hand for her and have her reach back. That said, I have no intention of letting my personal feelings cloud my judgment. Too much is at stake.
Your Highness, I think you should meet with the Emperor and at least try to talk to her. If there's any hope of ending this war without more bloodshed, we have to try. Besides, killing your own family, I'm sorry, but it's not right.
I think so too. And you are right that we should at least try.
I see. So my uncle's defeat is beyond doubt?
Yes, Your Majesty. I have confirmed it via countless channels. I advise that we accept this as a drop of joy amid a pool of sorrow.
Pretty words, but I'm afraid we can't rest until the joy outweighs the sorrow. And for that to happen, it now seems we must confront them all at once. Dimitri, who took back Ferdiad, Claude, who managed to protect the Alliance, and that professor, who is successfully mobilizing the Knights of Seros.
What will you do, Your Majesty?
Pull back our forces. In the west to Arian Road, in the east to...
Fort Mercius, I presume. There is no better place for such a confrontation, after all.
Indeed. And dispatch the Death Knight to guard it. He can buy us some time. In the meantime, I will...
Forgive me, but I must speak bluntly. I do not agree with what you intend to do. Though slight, there is a chance that once done, it cannot be undone.
Even I cannot always choose the direction my path leads me. There is no other way. And so, I must walk on.
Ominous. Anyway, I'll call that here. Thank you all for watching.